President of the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you so much. I may have your seat. Your Excellency, Joseph Imam Boakai Senior, President of the Republic of Liberia. Your Excellency, Several Yanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, being of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia. The Honorable Councillor and Onsword Tour, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. The Minister of Local Government, Madam Christine N. Omotunde, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Organization, all our excellencies here, distinguished delegates from other member countries, the African Asian Rural Development Organization, commonly known as ADO, extends a very warm welcome to the inaugural session of the International Policy Roundtable on Local Governance and Rural Development, being held here in collaboration with the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Local Government here in Margibi County. It is our honor to host distinguished delegates from other member countries and esteemed guests from across Liberia who have joined us today. To commence today's inaugural session, may I invite Honorable Francis Sakila Yumale Senior, Minister of Local Government, for a welcome address.
It's so good that we all pray at home. Got the MC, whether I deliver or not, they invoke the presence of God. His Excellency Joseph Imam Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency, Madam Sarah Basilo Yanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, and all members of the Cabinet present, the resident coordinator of the United Nations Mission in Liberia, and all related UN organs present in Liberia, our traditional leaders, His Excellency, the Secretary General of the African Asian Rural Development Organization, ADO, my honorable lieutenants, the superintendents of counties, our chiefs, our women, our youth, honorable delegates to this roundtable, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to Liberia and to the first international policy roundtable on local governance and rural development, organized by the Ministry of Local Government in collaboration with the African Asian Rural Development Organization, ADO. Today, Liberia is proud to host an exceptional gathering of policymakers, practitioners, researchers, development partners, national leaders, and distinguished delegates from Africa, Asia, Europe, and North America. Your presence reflects our shared commitment to advancing rural development, strengthening local institutions, and improving the lives of the people we serve. On behalf of the Ministry of Local Government, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you, particularly our international guests. We are deeply honored that you have traveled from across continents to be part of this important dialogue and knowledge-sharing platform. I wish to express sincere appreciation to the African Asian Rural Development Organization under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Manoj Hadiozin for its partnership and support in making this roundtable a reality. For decades, ADO has fostered cooperation and mutual learning among member countries, helping to strengthen rural development efforts through the exchange of ideas, experiences, and expertise. We are grateful that Liberia has been afforded the privilege to hold this important gathering. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this roundtable is more than a conference. It is an opportunity for reflection, learning, and collaboration. Over the next few days, participants will engage in discussions on a broad range of issues affecting local governance and rural development, including decentralization, agricultural-led growth, institutional capacity, digital innovation, climate resilience, and sustainable financing for local development. Just as importantly, this gathering provides a unique opportunity to learn from one another. The experiences represented in this hall span different regions, cultures, and development contexts, yet many of our challenges are shared. By exchanging lessons, best practices, and innovative approaches, we can strengthen our collective capacity to respond to the needs of Liberia's governance challenges. We are particularly pleased that this roundtable brings together experts and practitioners from Africa, Asia, Europe, and North America. Such collaboration enriches our perspectives and demonstrates the value of international cooperation in addressing development challenges that transcend borders. To our international guests, I encourage you to make the most of your time in Liberia. Beyond the technical sessions, I hope you will have the opportunity to experience our rich cultural heritage, engage with our people, and appreciate the warmth and hospitality for which Liberia is known. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to acknowledge the many institutions and individuals whose dedication and hard work have contributed to the successful organization of this event. We are grateful to our development partners, particularly the UNDP, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, participating institutions, technical experts, and resource persons from ADO and the Ministry of Local Government for their commitment and support. Before I conclude, I wish to pay a special tribute to our guest of honor, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. Mr. President, on behalf of the Ministry of Local Government, I extend our deepest appreciation for your unwavering support, demonstrated political will, and encouragement in making this international policy roundtable a reality. Your presence here today is a testament to the importance that your administration places on strengthening governance, decentralization, promoting inclusive development, gender streamlining, and inclusivity, and fostering international cooperation. Distinguished fellow delegates, we are deeply honored that you have joined us at this historic gathering. Your leadership and commitment have enabled Liberia to host these distinguished delegates and experts, further strengthening our country's role as a platform for dialogue, partnership, and shared learning. As we begin our deliberations, let us approach the coming days with open minds, a spirit of collaboration, and a commitment to finding practical solutions that can positively impact the lives of our people. Once again, I warmly welcome all delegates and participants to Liberia to the first International Policy Roundtable on Local Governance and Rural Development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Your Excellency, kindly permit me to recognize member countries of the African Asian Rural Development Organization who are represented here in this hall. His Excellency Dr. Manoj Udesi, he is the Secretary General of ADO. Mr. Kama, originally hails from Mauritius, but currently based in India. Mr. Kamen Namenje is the head of administration of ADO. Thank you. Mr. Guten Singh, executive officer of ADO from India. Madam Musammat Karunaha, she is the Joint Secretary, Rural Development and Cooperatives Division of the Government of Bangladesh. Thank you. Ms. Sugwana Imbundu Fancy Anila, she is the Head of Development of Partnerships, Stakeholder Consultation of Burkina Faso. Mr. Ibrahima Jabo is the Executive Director of NGO Affairs of the Ministry of Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs of the Gambia. Mr. Owusu Kosi, Principal Planning Officer, Ministry of Local Governance, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs of the Republic of Ghana. Dr. Joe Omambia Matengi is the Minister of Environment, Water, Energy and Natural Resources of County Government of Nyamira County, Kenya. He is from Kenya. He's like the county superintendent, and I was telling him, your colleagues are here. Welcome, sir. Ms. Nohafinza Benti Sahar. She is a Principal Assistant Secretary, Policy and Strategic Planning Division, Ministry of Rural and Regional Development of Malaysia. Mr. Mohammed Alawi, Head of Source of Cooperation Unit, Division of Cooperation, Directorate of Strategy and Statistics, Department of Agriculture, Morocco. Mr. Hamed Rashi Hamed Asawi, Assistant Director General for Agriculture, North Sahara Gonorrhea, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Resources for Oman. Mr. Unamtungi Sana Unamtungi is the Commissioner General, Department of Agrarian Development of Sri Lanka. Mr. Sherufumi Kabashat is the Executive Director, Institute for Development and Agricultural Cooperation of Asia from Japan, Tokyo. We also have the Chairperson of the West African Young Parliamentarian Network, Honorable Abdullahi Njai, Member of Parliament of the Gambia. We have Mr. Jerome E. Sheldon, Umbrella Management Group, CEO from the USA. And he's a Liberian, just to say that. Thank you. He's here with his colleagues from the group, Monte A.D., Managing Director, Also, Mr. Ben Pine, project manager, who also was invited from the USA. Ms. Manja Shawa, CEO of the Sema Group AR. She comes from the UAE, Dubai. Also present is Ms. Gloria Mercy, Head of Monitoring Evaluation of Bini International for India. Mr. Myron Brad Constantinju, he is the technical CEO of Stone Group, an AR company based in Germany. Also here is Mr. Valentin Kine, international consultant for rural innovation of the ENP Bini Group from India, or he's from France. So we'll continue to call the list as they are updated. Thank you so much. May we please put our hands together again in recognizing our international guests. And of course, the superintendents of the various counties and the development officers of the counties have all been welcomed. May we put our hands together? Thank you. At this juncture, I now invite His Excellency Dr. Manu Nadir Singh, Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, ADO, for opening remarks.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. His Excellency Joseph Nyama Boakai Senior, President of Republic of Liberia, our guest of honor. And we've got even the Dean of Cabinet, many members of Cabinet, honorable ministers. We've got the Minister of Justice, Attorney General, a series of members and ministers from Cabinet representing the government of Liberia, our Honorable Sakila Milin, the Minister of Local Government, all honorable ministers. We've got speakers, representative of international organizations, President of Senate, senators, my distinguished delegates of other member countries, technical experts, resource persons, which the MC has already been introducing, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. I will say all protocols respected. A very warm welcome and good morning to you all. As Secretary General of the African Asian Rural Development Organization, it is a profound honor and great privilege for me to solemnly greet you on behalf of 32 governments which ALDO is representing, as we are set to deliberate with this galaxy of specialists in our International Policy Roundtable on Local Governance and Rural Development, jointly organized by the esteemed government of Liberia and the African Asian Rural Development Organization. At the very outset, I'm very ecstatic and thrilled to acknowledge and to salute the eminent and august presence of the President of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Nyama Boakai Senior. His Excellency's compassion, vision, and blessings have guided us in conceiving and implementing this international roundtable as an integral part of Liberia's IRS agenda for inclusive development, which inter alia recognizes that sustainable national development would be achieved only and only when local institutions are empowered, when communities actively participate in the development process, and public services effectively reach to that grassroots level. I wish, therefore, to also express my sincere appreciation to all other members of the government of Liberia, particularly to our Honorable Minister of Local Government, the Deputy Minister, and the whole team in conceiving this important policy dialogue, and indeed in attaching great importance to decentralization, local governance, and inclusive rural transformation, especially when we are talking about Asia and Africa. Honorable guests of honor, honorable ministers, excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the tone has already been set, but I want to amplify the tenor of this international policy roundtable. I would like to underscore that the World Economic Outlook published on 14th of April 2026 report titled Global Economy in the Shadow of War has projected, unfortunately, that global growth is slowing down. It will be 3.1% in 2026, approximately 3.2% in 2027, if the conflict remains limited in duration. So we all know slowdown in growth and increased inflation are expected to be particularly pronounced in emerging markets and in developing economies. There are growing and aberrant disturbances which are sending shocks or even what we call tsunami waves throughout the world. With fragile ceasefire, lingering diplomatic démarches, oil, ladies and gentlemen, is still on fire. Subsequently, we see that fuel, fertilizer, food, and finance are overstretching households in different countries. The household budgets are overstretching. And we have witnessed that many governments are having emergency meetings, at least to alleviate the cost of living of people in different countries. We're equally having health and sanitary issues which we have to tackle, as well as we have to manage the impending novelties of AI, which seems to be promising on one hand, but still is bleak in terms of impact, especially on employment and the job market. Besides, ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, guests of honor, we do know that the deadline of 2030 of SDGs is scarily fast approaching. Time is indeed ticking very, very fast. We're only 4 years away, and targets seems to be unachievable in many places. We've got the African Union 2063 also program, which seems to be not totally on track. The CADEP also is not achieving according to expectation. Scorecards in many of our member countries are alarmingly, disturbingly in red. Instead of leaving no one behind, as we promised in 2015, and as highlighted by the UN Secretary General, we may be leaving SDGs themselves behind, as we sometimes left the MDGs. Global growth will remain subdued amid the lingering uncertainty, with new narratives being pitched. In such blurry scenarios, countries targeting food security, energy security, socio-economic transformation could be lacking steam, and they might be facing some headwinds uphill. Nonetheless, the cry of the day is to promote that inclusive economic growth and ensure sustainable development. Local governance and decentralization could be the linchpin in inducing the direly needed game-changing policies, institutions, and technology. And most importantly, motivating leaders like you, many leaders sitting here, and on the dais, all the leaders we appreciate. We are trying to tackle those mammoth quagmires and problems in our countries. Honorable guests of honor, honorable ministers, excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, let's also remind ourselves that SDG report of 2025 has made a call for ambitious actions in 6 different transitions: the food system, the energy system, digital connectivity, education, job, social protection, climate and biodiversity. Local governance as a hub could be laser focused on all these 6 SDGs transitions. For this, we also have to cultivate that regional and global partnership so that we can explore, create, and transcend our boundaries for unmatched opportunities. We know there is golden opportunity with the United Market in Africa, the African Continental Free Trade Area. We have to bring this down for impactful and meaningful benefits in our rural places and villages. We could thus foster innovation, facilitate technological exchange, and align our interests for sustainable long-term impact and local development. I'm very happy that the government of Liberia has been able to gather such a rich partner where we'll be sharing many experiences from India, Malaysia, Bangladesh. The MC has already mentioned from Japan. I will just cite only a few. We'll be meeting over the whole week to come up with solutions. Honorable Chief Guests, Honorable Guests of Honor, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are really present also to note that the IS agenda is closely aligned with our own strategic framework, our strategic framework 2021-2030, where we also lay emphasis on strengthening local governance system, food and nutrition security, climate resilience, digital transformation, entrepreneurship development, women and youth empowerment. We at ARDO, we have been galvanizing efforts in rural development, fostering intergovernmental partnership, and leveraging on academia and other partners to ensure that we reclaim and maintain the centrality of governance and rural development in areas of Africa, especially in the rural areas of Africa and Asia. We are persevering to advocate the mainstreaming of local governance and rural development issues and to build up adequate human resource development. In a nutshell, we usually present the organization as an rural-centric, intergovernmental organization embodying the spirit of South-Southern triangular cooperation, as well as a manifestation of African and Asian solidarity for a vibrant platform for policy advocacy, high-end capacity building programs, and dedicated research. We are doing that all by being based in India at the headquarters and 6 regional offices in Asia and Africa. And lately, we have saddled ourselves with the central mission of technology transfer, what we call we need more science for the society so that we can herald rural transformation and prosperity in all our member countries. Through an extensive network of some 50 centers of excellence, universities, research institutions based in 14 countries, we are successfully transferring models, research outcome, and promoting innovative approaches in local governance and rural transformation. Human resource development remains high on our agenda. In this vein, we provide more than 100 scholarships for long-term master degree and PhD programs. I am pleased to inform that many librarians have benefited from our programs. We have got more than 50 librarians, professionals, government officials who have benefited directly from our programs, and we are training high-level specialists for Liberia to take forward the mission of rural development, local governance. Ladies and gentlemen, ARDO remains committed to supporting Liberia through more scholarships for more technical assistance, development pilot projects, deputation of experts, and establishment of strategic partnership. We'll be looking forward to even having a center of excellence or an institution specifically dedicated for local governance and rural development in Liberia itself. That will be serving the whole region or even many other countries in Africa and Asian countries. We will also have many more roundtables meetings to make sure that we follow up on whatever will be decided and enumerated in our program. As I said, we'll be discussing many programs, many Camilla model from Bangladesh, Samuel London from South Korea, Malaysian rural transformation. These are many models which are already on our agenda. I am very much delighted that this roundtable has been able to bring so many specialists who have already been presented there, and this is a real platform to share whatever best has been done in one country so that other countries can benefit. Honorable guests of honor, honorable ministers, excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we indeed require that innovative thinking, stronger institution, deeper international cooperation, and effective local governance system. I am confident that we will bring along the deliberations when we will be discussing, will generate practical recommendations, innovative ideas, and actionable plan, not only for Liberia, but for many other countries. I once again express my sincere appreciation to the government of Liberia, all our participating countries, development partners, international organizations, resource persons, and distinguished delegates for their valuable contributions forthcoming. As always attributed to Abraham Lincoln, or sometimes even to Peter Drucker, the best way to predict your future is to create it. So let's create it together. With these words, allow me again to reiterate our appreciation to our guest of honor, His Excellency Joseph Nyoma Boakai, Senior, the President of the Republic of Liberia, and express on behalf of all the participants thanks and gratitude for the kind hospitality offered to us and impeccable arrangements made in this lovely country with the lovely people around. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for the address. I'm honored to now invite for statement Madam Christine Umutumi, Resident Coordinator of the United Nations in Liberia.
His Excellency Joseph Nyoma Boakai, the President of the Republic of Liberia, the Dean of Cabinet, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Minister Local Government, other ministers present and government officials, the Secretary General of the Africa-Asia Rural Development Organization, development partners, local leaders and chiefs, distinguished guests, dear partners, UN colleagues, all protocols observed, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here at the opening session, and thank you for inviting the United Nations to participate in this important international policy roundtable on local governance and rural development. Maybe the Minister of Foreign Affairs will say it better, but allow me also to thank you for bringing this meeting to Liberia. Thank you so much, and this is because it's really heartwarming to see many international meetings beginning to be hosted in this country, continuing to be hosted. It's a very important message in our peace and development journey, and it's an important way for rebranding Liberia. I'm sure when you go, you are all going to be the ambassadors of Liberia and how you found the country and giving the true picture of what you see. So thank you so much, and I can tell you the country is ready to host more ministerial, presidential, different meetings. I've been here for 4 years, and I can attest to the hospitality of this country. Thank you so much. So I commend the government of Liberia and AARD for convening this timely exchange, which seeks to strengthen institutional frameworks for decentralization, local government, rural development, and even agricultural transformation through cooperation and mutual learning. There's so much Africa can learn from Asia and vice versa. There's so much intra-learning between Africans themselves, but also the learning between all countries in the world. So this kind of exchange is very much welcome. And as a UN resident coordinator, as you know, the UN stands for all countries, and this is an important form of multilateralism in action. So thank you so much. Thank you. This gathering is particularly important because it comes at a moment when Liberia is accelerating one of its most important governance reforms, bringing development closer to the people. And as the minister has always told us, decentralization equals development. And we know that more than 60% of the population live in rural areas. So he always tells us that strong counties make strong country. I will say, as a member of the UN family, as a UN resident coordinator, that we have observed progress. I know in the different meetings and working groups, you are going to look at that, but we see that Liberia has lots of lessons that they can offer to other countries, and they can also learn from other countries. I think someone already mentioned that we are really lagging behind for the SDGs and Agenda 2063, but I think it's very important to mark some progress. So I have seen important steps myself to advance decentralization and local governance here. And really, everybody has thanked the guest of honor. I want to add my voice that under the leadership of President Joseph Numa Boakai and the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, decentralization has been reaffirmed as a national policy. We have seen that government has moved decisively to strengthen the implementation of the Local Government Act and related reforms. We have seen the transformation from the Ministry of Internal Affairs to Ministry of Local Government, providing stronger institutional home for decentralization reforms. We have also seen that the Local Government Act and the Revenue Sharing Law to transfer administrative, political, and fiscal functions have started coming closer to government and being implemented. Yeah, we've seen it. And we've also seen county service centers and county level public administration systems beginning to show results. We feel that it would be good if they were also strongly powered by technology at that level. But we've seen, we were part as a UN family of developing the national plan, and we were truly honored to see that this country moved to not only the national plan, but to the county development plan. Each county in this country, there are 15, each of them has its own development plan. This is something personally in the countries I've worked before, I only saw it here, and I'm so happy about that. So this really very significant and very fulfilling. We can only think of doing more. I cannot, I mean, there is a lot of we've seen, but the AID itself and these 6 pillars all speak to stronger work being done at the local level, and also strong planning systems, effective local service delivery, empowered communities, responsive local institutions, and active participation. I was here during the development of the national plan and the county plans, and I saw strong participation of women, of youth, people with disability. It was very empowering to see, because sometimes the processes of developing these plans are as important as the product, as the plan itself. So as people engage, the process itself is very empowering. So I would like to just say that from the UN side, we want to commit to continue supporting. We have our own UN cooperation framework, which aligns directly to the national plan. And as a UN family, we will focus on 3 outcomes: the human capital development, governance, peace, social cohesion, economic transformation, and all that linked to local governance. We also value the South-South cooperation. Therefore, this meeting is really very important in the way things are done. At the same time, there are many lessons that countries can learn and share with each other. We look forward to continued partnership on all the key areas, including physical decentralization, county level planning and budgeting, digital local governance, rural infrastructure, agricultural value chains and cooperation, climate resilience, women leadership and youth participation, and all that we are talking about local governance. I will not go into the details, but all the UN agencies, UNDP, UNICEF, WHO, World Food Program, UNFP, all of them that are working in this country have been working following the national plan. And if the national plan is saying we place emphasis to the local people, this is what we have been following. We have also, as a UN family, pioneered a UN hub in Margibi as a test to see what would it look like if we focus on area development and have all our agencies work in a particular area and have an office at the local level. So we launched it. Honorable Minister of Local Government was there, and we are going to see how it works so that we can replicate in other areas. With those few words, I want to thank you again for this important meeting. Wish you wonderful deliberations, and thank you again, guest of honor, for your presence. This really goes to say how the government values local development and community development in general. The presence of His Excellency, the President, is a big political will and shows where the priorities of these countries lie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, RC, as we commonly call you in Liberia. I'm now pleased to invite for remarks Excellency Benjela Augustine Gang, Ambassador of Cameroon and Doyen of the Diplomatic Corps in Liberia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Your Excellency, President Joseph Numa Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. Nadia Singh, Secretary General of the AARDO, Honorable Numa Lane, Minister of Local Government, and I would say host of this event, Your Excellency Madam Beso Lonyanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps here present, foreign dignitaries at this conference, all other members of government, and other respected invitees to this meeting, I salute you. Our attendance at this meeting, the Local Governance and Rural Development meeting, is blessed by the presence of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and it shows his commitment to the development of the nation as one and to the agenda of devolution of authority in the country. This meeting also takes me back, being as it is that the Secretary General is from India. It takes me back to the 50s when there were stronger relations between our two countries, with examples of the Bandung Conference. And I traveled once to Indonesia on the anniversary of that conference, and this conference today awakens in me memories of those times, besides the specific objective for which we are here gathered. For Liberia, as the RC said already, it is further testimony, I wouldn't say of the coming of age, but a return to the international podium in very strong language of the Republic of Liberia. And we have to thank the government for being able to sort of pull in this conference towards Liberia at the time that we are here. Key concerns of a state, at state level, when we talk of local governance and then development, the key concerns for the state, the central government, in nation building and democracy is about the consistency of holding the nation together. There is a challenge between national consolidation and development for the purpose of more personalized representation in our countries, and through that, inclusive development. Most of the younger republics in the world are faced with weak historical political linkages that blur the awareness of a common destiny. But make no mistake, this is not only a question of the younger republics. It is universal, it is European, it is Asiatic, it is everywhere. They are very old kingdoms in the world, and I would call names, being that I have the misfortune of being a diplomat. I wouldn't call names this afternoon, but many countries are faced with this issue of countries falling apart, facing centrifugal forces at the same time that the national leadership is fighting to build strong structures. So the issues that the governments will be faced with will include questions of whether the tolerance of strong, divergent, pluricultural or ethnocentric and counter-religious systems would lead to loss of central leadership and central control. Will strong local barons outshine weak central leaders? Will tax devolution lead to loss of much-needed central revenue? How will poor local regions have a bite of the revenue generated by more endowed regions? This is the distribution problem of the national budget, the national cake. And at another level, what is the capacity for those who push towards speeded devolution and local government and decentralization? What is usually the capacity of the local administrations and politicians to negotiate natural resource and development agreements with powerful foreign interests? These are institutional considerations. These are functional considerations that are a hindrance to our moving forward quickly in the area of decentralization and local development. At the sociological level, the human relations between the elite and the citizenry and development is also of concern. Are the elite top to bottom minded people, or they are bottom to top minded people? Are they social lifters, or they are political bullies? In some sociological environments, the people who are the elite of a region feel a moral duty to uplift their less privileged compatriots. And this is an element in local development. And in some other societies, the local people, the citizenry, feel as if their elite are sort of oppressive to them, and these things are going to block local development. So each country has unique responses to unique devolution, nation building, and national consolidation and development challenges. They will therefore not be easy to have universal norms as far as we are concerned in this domain. These are some comments I thought I should make on this occasion, being as it is that Cameroon, from where I come, also faces exactly the same issues as Liberia will face, and as many of the countries represented here will face in this domain. So we have to show a certain degree of tolerance when we move ahead. And I thank all of you for coming, and I wish that local development under the new Ministry of Local Government will take further speed so that we can see the benefits in the local regions of Liberia and all our countries. I thank you very much.
I'm pleased to now welcome Her Excellency Cyril Besloyanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Dean of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia. You can do it better than that, please. Thank you, Your Excellency.
His Excellency Joseph Nyuma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Nyomalin, our Minister of Local Government and host of this auspicious occasion, Councillor Oswald Twer, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, the Secretary General of the Africa Asia Rural Development Organization and distinguished delegates, the Doyen and members of the diplomatic and consular corps and development partners present, members of the cabinet, our traditional leaders, our chiefs and our elders, members of the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to join you today at the opening of this International Policy Roundtable on local governance and rural development. At the outset, I want to speak on behalf of the entire cabinet of President Joseph Numa Boakai to say a big congratulations to our colleague, Minister Numani, and his deputies, assistant ministers, and the entire team of the Ministry of Local Government. This is huge. This is huge, and we need to recognize that. The presence of the distinguished participants here from across Africa and Asia reflects our collective recognition that local governance remains one of the most important foundations which sustainable development is built upon. Today, we meet at an important juncture in our development journey. President Boakai has articulated his vision for Liberia and it's been encapsulated in the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, a strategy and implementation plan that provides the pathway for Liberians to reach prosperity, for us to find prosperity here in Liberia. And this vision, all of us as a cabinet, all of us as Liberians to join hands to ensure it's implemented and the results are achieved. It can't happen without the local communities. It cannot happen without the devolution of administration and of authority. And so we thank President Boakai for his vision and his determination and his focus on decentralization. Local governments serve as the bridge between national policy and local reality. They are the institutions that are closest to the people. They are often the first point of contact for anything that happens in the community, whether you're seeking services, opportunities. People want to hear from their chiefs, from the paramount chiefs. They want to hear from their clan chief. They want to hear from the ground what's happening at the top. This means participation, and that's what the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development is about. Thank you to Christine Omotoni for acknowledging, because she and I have a shared pathway. I used to be her mentor, serving in similar roles, and I've been around the world, and I can say she spoke the truth. We are probably the only country that have development plans at the county level. President Boakai, thank you. And once these development plans are funded, we will see the pathway to true prosperity at the local level. The local government is that bridge between national and the people, but it's also something else for us at Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Our foreign relations architecture is such that the President of the Republic of Liberia is the chief architect of our foreign policy. Now, in addition to that, he drives the domestic agenda as well, and our foreign policy is anchored on our domestic policy. This is very important. And so a practical example of this is something that was discussed earlier. The decentralization, the UN followed suit and put in place a hub in Grand Jide. What the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have to do, we had to follow the President's vision. And so we put a passport hub in Grand Jide and in Bon County. Because decentralization is about services. It's not only about money, how much money goes. It's about what services are available to the people. President Boakai, thank you for that. And because of that, we now have 2 passport centers in the counties, and we're looking forward this year to have 2 more, and you'll hear about that soon. And so our international relations and our cooperation is critical to provide us opportunities for learning. We don't have all the answers. President Boakai has given us the vision, the strategies, the implementation. We can learn from each other. And this is what the Ministry of Local Government has planned to do this week. We believe that in the sharing of experiences, our diplomacy must ensure that our international partnerships do not just rest on documents, with the rest in practical examples and tangible results for the people we're there to serve, the people of Liberia. Mr. Minister, to you and your entire team at the Ministry of Local Government, we want to thank you for this opportunity for us to focus on practical solutions at the local level. And I encourage us this week to explore innovative approaches, talk about what others are doing, and look at what can be done here in Liberia similarly to advance us and catapult us to our development agenda results that our president has articulated. I was saying to Madam Omotoni a few minutes ago, everybody is talking about the SDGs ending in 2030. Right now, because of some of the shifts in the geopolitical and multilateral space, nobody is working on a successor to the SDGs. We have Agenda 2063 as the African Union, but there's nothing in between. And right now, everybody is focusing on the new multipolarity and the shifts. Nobody is looking at the fact that we have not come together to discuss what happens after 2030. We can't wait for that as Liberians, and this is why this is important. We must continue to push forward. We must look for our local solutions. We must continue to be part of our president's vision, and together as a team working under his leadership, Liberia will achieve success, and Liberia will be counted as a developed country in the not too distant future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we just want to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of some of our heads of institutions who are present here. First, the members of the diplomatic corps who are present in the hall. May you please just stand so we can recognize you with a hand of applause. And then, any member of the diplomatic corps present here? Thank you. Let's please put your hands. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here's representatives of the development partners present here. Thank you. The acting head of the Governance Commission, Professor Alawi Tupa. The Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Honorable Josiah Boakai. The Director General of the Liberia Broadcasting System, Honorable Eugene Lamin Fakon. Honorable Lopu Kanakai, the head of the Cooperative Development Agency. And of course, we have our own, the Director General of the Cabinet, Honorable Nathaniel T. Kwabo. Also present is a public sector specialist, Mr. Thomas Cannon. I recognize you very well. We have technicians, specialists, experts who will be making presentations during the course of the program from ministries, agencies, and commissions. May you just stand so we recognize you, please. Our county superintendents. The county superintendent, may you just rise so we can clap for you. Thank you. Yes. These are ones the minister calls the drivers of decentralization. Have a seat, thank you. Also here is the 15 county development officers, the technicians beyond the superintendents. May you please rise? Thank you. County development officers. And of course, the chiefs and other traditional leaders present. And here is a city, we have a seat, it's a city limit for Unification City. So I want to recognize in a special way, Madam Judy Smith, the City Mayor of Unification City. Thank you. At this juncture, I will now invite on behalf of the local government, county superintendents, the chair of the County Superintendent Council, the Honorable Kou Nampe Gono, Superintendent of Lima County.
Your Excellency, President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Sarah Beslo Yanti, Dean of the Cabinet and Minister of Foreign Affairs, our own Minister of Local Government, Honorable Francis Akila Imani, Madam Christine Omotoni, Resident Coordinator, United Nations, Liberia, His Excellency Dr. Manoj Nadolson, Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, His Excellency Binyala Agustin Kang, Ambassador and Doyen of the Diplomatic Corps, the Embassy of the Republic of Cameroon, distinguished foreign guests, members of government, past members of government, county superintendents, members of the local government. It is a pleasure on behalf of the Council of Superintendents to be here at such an important gathering. To Your Excellency, our President, we say thank you for believing in the local government and the local people. We cannot overly emphasize the importance that this government has placed on the local people and structuring for the future. By the CDA, counties have been able to tailor their unique development agenda for their people, which is now filtering into the NDA, our National Development Agenda, or pathway to systematic development. We say thank you, Honorable Minister Francis Imali, for leading this effort. We also say thank you. It will be remiss of us if we do not remember the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning that has been a strong partner. I know the minister is not here, but I saw Dr. Bati somewhere in the crowd. We want to say thank you to our partners at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Whether it was through foreign studies, strengthening the capacity of treasury counties, the Ministry of Finance has stood with the Ministry of Local Government during this period of national transformation. We say thank you. The superintendents are more than happy and more than willing and more than ready to lead your development agenda in the counties, Your Excellency. Today we can say there has been more focus on lead war counties than there has ever been in the history of Liberia. And our Honorable Superintendent of Monserrato County will always remind us jokingly, he said, I know this is not true, we party this. All the focus now going to the counties. But that is a credit. That's a joke, but that is a credit to this administration. To our chiefs who are present here, we say thank you for all you're doing to strengthen leadership in local communities. Your Excellency, we say thank you for dignifying our chiefs. I know looking at the national budget, we saw vehicles for the chiefs. Under this administration, there has been so much interaction with our local people and with central government. Today, decisions made for our people are not only made in Monrovia, but they are made right there with our people. Our development agenda is one that is from a bottom to top approach, and that is making so much difference in the counties. And before I take my seat, I would like again to re-emphasize the issue of fiscal decentralization. All of this cannot be enhanced without fiscal decentralization. Your Excellency, I want to thank you for the courage for being that president who has called and challenged the country that money made in the counties some of the money remain there. Money made in our counties under the Local Government Act stresses the need that 40% of homegrown revenue remain with our people. This cannot just be a policy on the books. We challenge institutions, the LRA, the Ministry of Finance, and any relevant institution to make sure that this is practicalized. That's the only way you will see development, you will see initiatives driven by local leaders, and the people will feel a real part of national government. We want to say thank you to our Honorable Minister for giving us the opportunity to work, for supporting us, but again, standing with us in the fight for fiscal decentralization. We say thank you to our partners at the Ministry of Finance that have been working with us through this process, whether it was at the University of Ibadan, looking at systems that have that are practicing fiscal decentralization. As we are in this decentralization stage, not decentralization, but deconcentration stages. We are hoping to see more happen in subsequent months, especially when it comes to fiscal decentralization in practice. On behalf of the superintendents of all 15 political subdivisions of our country, we say welcome to the foreign guests. We say thank you, and let us enjoy the deliberation.
Thank you, Madam Chair of the County Superintendent's Council. We now take musical cultural interlude, and that will be led by the National Art and Culture Ambassador, Honorable Kakura Kamara.
Thank you. Our President of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai Sr., our platform guests, our distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, our chiefs and the press. As they say in Liberia that a country without culture is like a big tree without roots. We are very happy to be here and greatly honored to at least entertain you with the sound of our drumming, our salsa, just to welcome you to Liberia. Mr. President, I want to say thank you for making sure that culture is now with the Ministry of Local Government. Mr. President, you always say that culture is not only dancing. We will prove to our people soon that indeed there is something in culture. I want to say a big thank you. Let's welcome the cultural troupe that will render few selections for us. I want to say a big thank you. Let me recognize Ambassador Benaj from India. You made it possible for us to be in India just this gone February.
Madam Dean, and members of the President's Cabinet, Mr. Dorian, and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Secretary General of the African Asian Rural Development Organization, Madam Resident Coordinator of the United Nations, and other development partners in Liberia, representatives of global, continental, regional, and national institutions and organizations, other officials of government, Madam Chair, and members of the Superintendent's Council, other local government officials, traditional leaders, chiefs and elders, former officials of government, all other invited guests, members of the electronic and print media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On this auspicious occasion, it is my pleasing duty at this time to present to you His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., who will deliver the keynote address. Mr. President.
Good morning, please have your seats. The Honorable members of the legislature from Margibi, here present, our Honorable Julian General, Member of Parliament of the Republic of the Gambia, our Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, members of the Cabinet here present, the Dean and members of the Cabinet, Madam Christine Yanibotoli, President Coordinator, United Nations in Liberia, Dr. Manot Diosing, Secretary General Africa Asian Rural State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for us to, all of us who are here, to leave a big hand clap to all of our delegates, international delegates who have come here for this very important program. I want to thank you. Thank you for coming to our country at this time. The sign of global unity, and we are very grateful to you for your presence. I'd like to start to make it very, very profound. Now, for too long, those who have employed us, those who have given us power, have been the one who've been seeing as people serving us. This time around, we want to move the leadership, the commitment, the building of this country back into the hands of people of this country. We'll be making a mistake to think that economically we can develop if we leave out those people. You can't do it. You need them. And some time ago, I said to people economically, in some small way, start teaching those people even how to handle the currency that will make you save money. It's because we leave a lot of people out in society that we are where we are. This time around, it's the other way around. Our country, we're going to go back to our people, transform their life, help them to become part of the larger society. As of July 1, all the chiefs that we appointed are going to be fully paid. They will be on payroll. And I've always also said that every time we go up country, our chiefs come to meet us, see them running to jumping cars and taxis. We are going to make sure that every county will have a bus to transport for chiefs and elders, that every community college, this college will have a bus, and the faculty will have a smaller bus that they can use. We have to begin to respect our people of country who serve. That's why, and I think that we should even begin to create incentives, special incentives for people who work up country. Our young people who graduate from medical schools, and there are no doctors up country. We have to know that up country people, that's where we come from, and that's where our roots are, and those are the people that we have to build. Those are the people who have. So today, this program is a very, very important program, giving back to the people, setting the stage for real development in this country. And I'm pleased to join you for the opening of this very important International Policy Roundtable on Local Governance and Rural Development. At the outset, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the African Nation Rural Development Organization, ADO, and the Ministry of Local Government for convening policymakers, practitioners, development across Africa and in Asia to deliberate on issues at the heart of our sustainable development. Special recognition goes to Dr. Mandu Nadeem, the Secretary General of ADO, for his leadership and commitment to strengthening cooperation among member states. I want to thank you very much. I also commend the Minister of Local Government. This is the first time that we have started the issue of local government, and we have not had any stopgap in moving forward to making sure that it's happened. I want to commend the Minister for the decentralization agenda and the Ministry of Finance and Development part for supporting Liberia's engagement with ADO for this program. Distinguished guests, this gathering comes at a particularly significant moment in our global development history. Across the world, governments increasingly recognize that sustainable development cannot be driven solely from the national capital. Lasting progress must be anchored in strong local institutions, empowered communities, a responsive governance system that bring decision-making closer to the people. The theme of the roundtable, Advancing Local Governance and Rural Development for an Inclusive, Prosperous Future, speaks directly to one of the most pressing challenges facing developing nations today, ensuring that growth and opportunity reach every citizen regardless of geography. For Liberia, this is a conversation that holds special meaning, having emerged from a long-running and devastating conflict whose root causes included poor governance and marginalization of rural communities. We did not have an option. It has to be. We had to build our democratic credentials that, at the core, keep the participation of all Liberians in decision-making and process that affect their well-being. Today, we are recognized as one of Africa's enduring examples of post-conflict recovery and democratic transition. What we are doing here is intentional. Let no one take it lightly. The peaceful transfer of power between democratically elected governments, the continued strengthening of our democratic institutions, and Liberia's recent election to the non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council are powerful affirmations of the international community's confidence in our country's progress and potential. While we are proud of how far we have come, we remain focused on how far we must still go. And I strongly believe that the true measure of our national development is found in whether ordinary citizens see improvement in their daily lives. As someone who grew up in the rural areas, I also see national development reflected in how we address rural neglect. Whether farmers can access markets, whether young people can find opportunities close to home, whether women are empowered to participate fully in decision-making, and whether communities have access to essential services and economic opportunities. That is why local governance and true rural development remain central priorities in this administration. the desire to improve living conditions, move young people from their towns, their communities down to the coast, Monrovia. And moving to the coast, I have always said, coast, C-O-A-S-T, come over and see trouble. Because where was you are not paying rent, home, you now to the coast. So we must carry development to the people to make them see that life can be lived in their communities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my government is implementing the flagship development plan, the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, to decentralize opportunity, strengthen local governance, and ensure that the development reaches every county and every community. This is why we said road number 1, road number 2, road number 3, we'll build roads to reach communities. We'll create electricity to make sure that our people have access to electricity, to good water, to living conditions that make them appreciate their communities. By investing in agriculture, infrastructure, education, tourism, and health, and by promoting good governance, the agenda seeks to bring meaningful relief to historically marginalized communities and empower them to play a greater role in shaping and benefiting from Liberia's development. This is why decentralization is nexus of our development strategy. The implementation of Local Government Act of 2018 continues to provide a framework for the gradual transfer of authority, responsibility, service delivery, and function to the people. We are not talking about ideas, we're talking about delivery. And people claim, this is me, we are talking about making the rubber meet the road. And the people will see what we talk. I am someone who have always said, I'm not talking about NATO, no action, talk only. We're talking about action, and this is the time for it. It is a juncture to bridge the gap between policy making and the people. Through these reforms, local governments are better positioned to address rural neglect and community needs, promote citizen participation, and strengthen accountability. Sometimes the people of country don't believe that they are corrupt. This time they will show us that they are not corrupt. But we begin to do the same thing that we do here. We must now move development to the people. Effective local governance is a democratic imperative. When communities are empowered to participate in planning, budgeting, implementation, and oversight development, they become more responsive, transparent, and sustainable. Citizens gain confidence in the government and know that the government is working in their interests. When local leaders are equipped with the skills, the resources, and authority to serve their communities, development outcomes improve significantly. I'm therefore participating here, and I'm particularly encouraged by the discussion between ADO and the government of Liberia regarding the establishment of a West Africa Training Center for local governance and rural development in Liberia. And I want you to know that this initiative has been my government's full support. Such a center would offer valuable opportunities for capacity building, knowledge exchange, leadership development, and practical training for the county officials, district commissioners, city mayors, chiefs, and local leaders. Sometimes I doubt if some of the local leaders know, they think their appointments are just to come and welcome the president, let them know that they have responsibilities too. We should share experiences across Africa, Asia, those experiences that will help generate innovative, locally relevant solutions to common development challenges while we strengthen institutions for effectiveness across the region. Distinguished participants, the challenges facing rural communities across Africa and Asia are often remarkably similar. They include inadequate infrastructure, limited market access, youth unemployment, climate vulnerability, food insecurity, and resources constraints. Yet these challenges also present opportunities to innovative, collaborative, and learn from one another. We need it. No nation can achieve sustainable development in isolation. The partnership represented in this room demonstrates the power of international cooperation to advance common prosperity and mutual learning. Soon we'll begin to see one another as neighbors, as friends, and as partners. Liberia is not coming to this conversation only as a beneficiary of international support, but also as a willing contributor to the global exchange of ideas and experience. Our journey from conflict to peace, from instability to democratic governance, and from recovery to development offers lessons we are proud to share with others. As you engage the coming days, let me encourage all participants to approach our discussions with openness, creativity, and commitment to practical solutions. Let us create pathways that deliver opportunity and dignity to the rural population. Let us also work together to ensure that development is not confined to capitals, but reaches every community and every citizen. As we reflect on the importance of local governance, we are reminded of an African proverb, which I quote, "A river that forgets its source will soon run dry." We all come from rural areas. Nations that neglect their communities, their villages, districts, and countries cannot experience lasting governance and development. Our rural communities are not the periphery of development, they are the foundation. We quickly forget where we come from. And sometimes I say, someone has said that if your dream doesn't scare you, then it's not strong enough. But sometimes we forget a dream before we even wake up. So on behalf of this government and the people of Liberia, let me reaffirm our commitment to working with all our development partners, local authorities, traditional leaders, and citizens to advance rural transformation and strengthen local governance. Let me congratulate ADO and the Ministry of Local Government for ongoing and organizing this important gathering. And I thank all participants. I want to thank all of you for your presence and your dedication to the mission. It is now my honor and pleasure to officially declare this first International Policy Roundtable on Local Governance and Rural Development officially open, and God blessing upon you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We will now proceed with the segment which involves presentation of souvenir. So because it's two ways, we will start with the Ministry of Local Government to present gifts. Yes, so I now invite the Minister who will lead on this aspect of presentation to our visitors, to be followed.
At this point, I want to invite the Honorable County Superintendents and a delegation of our chiefs. Please come forward. The deputy and assistant ministers, please line up behind me. Please line up behind me. And let's speed up. When you stand behind me, you will see very well. Mr. Minister, the two deputies, please come forward here right by me. All right. Mr. President, members of the cabinet, our distinguished delegates, Liberia is a country of hospitality. That's what we are taught by our elders. That's what we are taught by our president. And so we have guests that want to present gifts to. And we start with the females. And to honor the females, we will call on Her Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Yanti, to please come forward. And she'll be assisted by the RC of the United Nations to Liberia. Jala, where are the female come? Can you distinguish? No, it can be anyone. You can give. At this point, then, we call on all female delegates of adult. Please come forward. Female delegates. Madam Minister, maybe you can do symbolically and then the others will.
As our Honorable Host Minister has said today, we are a very hospitable people. And you can see that from the generosity from our president all the way down. When you saw the dancers dancing, it's the spirit of giving that Liberians have. And it's in that spirit we want to welcome you to Liberia and give you a piece of Liberia to take back with you, that you remember us in our hospitality always. Now we'll hand over to the RC to present.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Yeah. Congratulations. One more person? One more female? Where is she? Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that? Is every minute? Congratulations, we get a big round of applause. Thank you and most welcome. Welcome to a home away from home. Thank you, Madam Minister and Madam RC. At this point, we invite the Honorable Minister of Justice, the Director General of CSA, and the Director General of LBS to come forward and gown the men. Having said that, we now invite the Secretary General of ADO and all male delegates to come forward. The Secretary General of ADO, officials of ADO, and all male delegates to this roundtable. All male delegates from Germany, from Japan, from Asia, from France. Okay. All right. Honorable Minister of Justice, we'll first gown the Secretary General ADO as honorary chairman of the Council of Chiefs of the Republic of Liberia. The sarge, please. The sarge. Yeah. Where are the Jews? Please come forward and gown your people. The Chiefs, please come forward. And I think the males could wear their gowns. Yeah. Let the Chiefs put the gown on the Secretary General ADO. Yeah. Starting with the Secretary General. Yeah. Cheers, please hurry up. You can do it together. I want to say simultaneously. Let it count, everybody. I've been in there. Some everybody. Oh, you got the hat. Thank you. Okay. Cheers, are you finished? More guns needed. Collie, you hurry up. The president got other things to go to. Are you done? Yeah, okay. Give me one side. One side straight. The guns on me, but the ladies are there. The guns on me, the ladies are there. No, I mean the ladies are the question about all below 5. Thank you. She is, but she came from the U.S. From the U.S.? Yeah. Yeah, but let's go her. All right, thank you. Yeah. Can you give them the chance now to take some photos? All right. All our guests that have been gone, can you just turn around so that they take a photo? Okay. That's great. Congratulations to all of you. And Honorable Secretary General, just to inform you that the materials you've been gone with were made right in Liberia. So you are carrying with you, made in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. You may please have your seat. Thank you. Thank you. You may please have your seat as we continue the program. Thank you. The program continues, please. Protocol, please. The distribution of the sash.
Please have the seats.
Kindly have your seat, please. The program continues. I have the pleasure now of inviting Dr. Manoj Nadir Singh, the Secretary General of ADO, for a presentation of souvenirs. Yes, please. Presentation of souvenir by ADO. So the first gift will be for His Excellency Joseph Yuman Boakai. The first gift from ADO will be for His Excellency Joseph Yuman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia and Guest of Honor. Thank you. That will be followed by Honorable F. Sakila Yimale, Minister of Local Government. Thank you. Next to receive souvenir is the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, Honorable Sarah Beslo Yanti. So they have a gift for the Minister of Finance. He's not here, so we'll present it to the Minister of Local Government later. And next person is Honorable Edward K. Moba, the Deputy Minister for Local Government and Decentralization, Minister of Local Government. That will be followed by Honorable Kou Mampie Gono, Superintendent Nima County and Chair of the Superintendent's Council. Announcement. DMR, please, DMR, urgently. Thank you, Honorable Antoinette Dawayu Nimile, Superintendent, Grand Crew County. DMR. Next is Honorable Lolia Hawa Norris, Superintendent of Don County. Thank you. Yes, thank you, sir. At this point, it's time for photo opportunity. So, okay, so we will do the photo in segment. We now invite other member countries, our guests, to please line up. Please come forward, please. Protocol will guide you. Secretary. The next segment will be the county superintendents, the development officers, joined by the chiefs, and the Ministry of Local Government staff. Because of time, Thank you so much. You may have your seat for a brief announcement. Kindly have your seat for brief announcements to be done. Announcement by Honorable Selina Posi-Mapi, the Deputy Minister for Research, Policy and Planning of the Ministry of Local Government. Announcement.
Okay, so we're here to tell you where you're going to have lunch. The guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Liberia, will be escorted by the Minister of Local Government, Minister Francis Akila Yimali, to the restaurant in the hotel, just few seconds from here, and all of the guests of the platform. The President will be having lunch along with our international guests, the Chairperson of the Superintendent Council, the Director Generals that are here, our ambassadors that are here, and the cabinet ministers that are here in the VIP lounge. And the rest of us will be situated in the restaurant. The deputy ministers for Ministry of Local Government will also be in the VIP lounge with the President. Thank you so much. Bon appetit.
Thank you. We will now rise for the national anthem. The national anthem. So we'll sing it together. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, you Liberia. You. A home of glorious liberty by God's command. A home of glorious liberty by God's command. Kindly remain your seat as His Excellency and the high table will be departing. Thank you. Remain standing, please. Please remain standing in your position. Kindly remain standing. So right after the lunch, we are coming back for the technical session. This was just the opening. So we are coming back after the technical session at 2 o'clock. We will return at 2 o'clock. All of us will return at 2 o'clock for the technical deliberations. Thank you so much. Launch yourself in the main. Okay, so the delegates are following. Is my understanding? Protocol director, please direct the delegates. Are they going with the president? Okay. Okay, so please follow the protocol. Lunch is served. Thank you so much. Protocol, we are leaving beyond to rearrange the hall.